Hi, and welcome back to our small corner of the world. When we last saw you, we had just made it to Fuerteventura with our van. It's our 228th day on the road and Christmas morning. We chose to stay close to the ocean, yet neighbor with the desert. And even though we are used to celebrate with our loved ones, this year there is no human in sight. So the plan is to set up a Christmas camp and even set up our tripod, the one that takes up half the van, that haven't seen daylight since we left Denmark somewhere in May. This Christmas felt different. Not only were we celebrating under the sun, but also far away from our loved ones. In some ways, I missed them a little extra that day. But in others, it just feels like we have adapted so completely to life on the road that it's sometimes hard to even remember that not too long ago, we lived a different life. That day was also something of a milestone, because I remember thinking the year before, what if we actually get to celebrate Christmas in our van, on the road? And here we are.
So tender, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
I got a comment the other day saying, why would anyone go to Fuerteventura? It might be fun and games on day 1, but what on earth would you do on day 2? When you find yourself at a deserted place with miles of nothing, with sleeping volcanoes, whispering tales of how it took millions of years to even inhabit this island. And yet, the nothingness is what made us fall in love. The silence is not empty here. And the more land we travel without a human in sight, the more we hear her stories of what once was, before we left our footprints and man-made constructions. I don't mind being reminded of how small we are compared to nature, because in the end, it's not hard to see who truly rules it all. It might sound like a total cliche, but entering a new year has, however, definitely got me reflecting on a lot of other things, mostly the concept of time. Even though I could agree that time is a limiting belief and illusory construct, as much as I hate to admit it, sometimes it gets to me, the sense of not becoming any younger. Things feel different now. And I don't have the same feeling that I have all the time in the world to live my dreams, as I did when I was younger. It suddenly feels important to ask ourselves, are we truly living life to its fullest? Are we really embracing our highest potential? Is life on the road all that it can be? Is it enough? Are we going to look back at it all with a sense of accomplishment, or with the thought that we could have done more? Why does it feel like time is moving faster now? And isn't it a paradox, the fact of that feeling growing even stronger when I'm in a place where I actually feel that I want to be? Instead of always being in gratitude, I also find myself fearing for it all to end. I don't have the solution, but someone once said, the only way to deal with time, to slow the sense of it being a racing train, is actually simple. All you need to do is to seek deep and utter joy. Only when you're fully present and follow your excitement and desire will you find the ability to make time stop. So we went to one of our favorite spots for New Year, Fuerteventura Beach, or as we call it, the kite surf beach, because this is where Babe usually gets to kite. It's beautiful out here. So it had actually come to an end this year where everything more or less had changed. Not going to say it was the best one yet, but definitely the year where I realized that anything is possible. From so many years of us resisting our dreams because they felt too big, to one where we resisted none. And looking back now, I can't help but wonder, what if we had stayed, played it safe? What if we had waited for the perfect time to see the world? All this beautiful light, and we could have missed it.
All this time we tried to resist it. All this time we could have missed it. Tell me what you see when you hold to the light, but you held so tightly.
We have been driven down to almost the most southern part of the island. We have like maybe 20 minutes to go.
Take all of my pride, all that's gone, all that's left to hide.
The amounts of roads that we have been driving on in very poor condition they're many, and I think I am just grateful that we still have all of our 4 tires. This place is just like a completely different planet, and it's almost like we just came to the end of the world. So I guess we just do what anyone would do who just got to the end of the world. Take a seat and watch the view.
As this chapter closes, I'm grateful, not so much for what we have done, but for what we didn't let slip away. And even though New Year's is like the gateway to new beginnings, what I've really learned this year is not to wait for the next year, the next month, or for the weekend to end. In the end, there will be no better time for chasing dreams than right now. So, how about we try?